Got ourselves BDSFG. Oh my goodness, a little bit of purple, a little bit of red. Wait, you have like a mix and match of red and purple. Or is that just a full set? That's such a weird mix of colors though. Or maybe it's mostly red, but just the shoulders are purple? Can't even tell. Gonna be a Grook opening up first off versus BS. BD? We call it BD. BD taking a bit of damage off the bat though out of that Odin's Fury. That's going to be a Warrior charging in. Trinkets out of that stun. And BD just trying to see if he can delay him a little bit with those Chaos Novas. As Grook does burn in, big avatar, disarm, actually pummeling BD for just a second out of that I-beam. Does go in for a metamorphosis into the second one, but that's going to be disarmed to wait for him. The man just burns immunity. Did do a bit of damage towards Grook though. Does have a blood-led bleed on him. It's going to be the big carry and sigil coming down, but it's going to be able to get out of that Elysian Decree. Reflect out for Grook in case there's any kind of cast out of BD. BD trying to go for a big hunt, tries to still reconnect. Is going to be able to. Grook may have to press the defensive here. Does he need to? Oh, he tried to see if he can hold on to it. He tried to see if he can hold on to it, but he couldn't quite do it. BD does end up taking him down with a big hunt, and the man has a metamorphosis, so he needs himself that Elysian Decree back as soon as possible in order to be able to get a little bit of health. Also, needs to maximize the damage versus Alistar. If he wants to get any kind of health recovery, definitely needs to use a blur here as soon as possible. Maybe in a bit of a tight spot, trying to see if he can avoid all these pets. Maybe he can avoid them long enough, but that Army of the Dead closing in on the left-hand side. Dropping down darkness. Is it going to be enough for him, though? Trying to see if he can cleave and claw the souls out of Alistar. He has all of these forgotten, all these abandoned souls on the ground, but not enough to take him down. Jesus charging out next versus Alistar, who is just going to take his momentum, all of his cooldowns, into Jesus right after. Hits him with a quick blind, trying to see if he can waddle away with a Wraith Walk, but it's going to be going back over. AMS for Jesus, trying to see if he can cover the burst versus Alistar. AMS and IBF out of Alistar, so he's just taking up as much as possible. Silence under Jesus. Potentially can make a play here with a silence. Big damage to Alistar, though. Super low in health. Chi Death brocking in. Dark Pact is the last bastion of defense. Maybe they'll help him stay alive here. Jesus IBFing, but it looks like Alistar will just be rotted down little by little. Gargoyle, the Armor of the Dead, the Mages of the Dead, all of them are just get pile driving Kaz back into the guy. Unless you got an AMS, not much you can really do about it. Skelliger going to be up next. Stun onto Jesus with a Sigil of the Flame, driving in into a big old I-beam. Blade Dance right after. Jesus trying to see if he can avoid him. Chain of Ice and walking away from Skell as fast as he can. Can Skell potentially catch up? The Chain of Ice is going to slow him down quite a bit. Demon Hunters are generally mobile, but they don't really have a way to break slows. Never have. So that is an advantage that Jesus could utilize. Got him so full summon of the Army of the Undead. Scale trying to see if he can avoid him. Charged out by the main pet. Gonna be flying up in the air, at least able to avoid some of the ghouls. But eventually, as he lands, those ghouls are waiting for him. The main big pet is there to meet him. That's going to be Jesus walking out with a couple of death ghouls. Metamorphosis by Skell. Does get himself the demonic summon. There's going to be a haunt on top of it. Trying to see if he can get the demon to explode into Jesus. Mad heal for Skell. Mad healing out of this man. Does pick up the demonic soul. Jesus stunned up. Is going to be cleaved down. Does get himself a death pact. Last bastion of his own defense with an AMS to follow. Got himself a big old A-bomb. But Skell, he just needs to find the right angle and then take down Jesus. That's all he needs. Can even maybe go for a couple of bloodlets. Big cleave onto the Death Knight. Massive blade dance to follow. Trinkets out of it and just continues to cleave right through the Death Knight. Does get him the glaive in. Antobodon trying to see if he can drop down a dome. Trying to see if he can fight and live through Skelliger as he's just pelting him down from above with all those chaos blasts. I don't even know what they're called. Fell bolts? I think so. Gonna be big rippy hand by Antobodon, locking down Skell with a back-to-back stuns from the main pet, but it's gonna be a quick immunity by Skell. Needs himself another demon summoned. May need to use a darkness right here. That's a lot of damage taken. Darkness coming down, could potentially go for a blur as well. But he's trying to see if he can maybe get some damage on Anton or the pet. Trying to see if he can get a demon to proc. If he can get a demon to proc right now, he may be okay. Trying to rush behind the pillar. Does he have any bleeds on the Anton? That's what he needs, is bleeds. It's something that gives him like constant damage procs. Because his demons can proc from any hits, any strike, and a bleed tick will do it too. Skell does burn himself a blur. Doesn't really have much to work with. Is going to go for a Shadow Meld for a second stun onto Anton. Does activate himself the I-beam for just a quick second. Blade Dance, Metamorphosis giving him a little bit of leech, but still trying to play very defensive. Stun lock for a second. Anton may just have him here. Trying to see if he can carve right through him. Is going to be someone in Army of the Dead as the Apocalypse comes through him. Does end up taking him down with Unstoppable charging out next as Elemental Shaman. Doesn't want to give Antobodon much of a play here. Big lava burst to follow. Meteor coming down, blasting him out of the game completely. As Anton trying to see if he can find himself some cover behind the pillar. Knocked out in the open. Does go for an AMS, so there's no roots to follow. because sometimes shamans can go for a root with a knockback. Big ascendance out of the Unstoppable, maybe able to drop down Anton, rooting him out in the open. The man is sitting duck, trying to see if he can slam through the totem, get himself whatever resources he can in order to survive this go. Can he do it though? Stunned by the Death Knight, got himself the Death Pact to give himself a bit more health to work with. Big blasters out of Unstoppable as Anton got himself massive defense. He's ready for it. Maybe he can live this? Massive heal at least. AMS is ready, so maybe he could use that AMS and the AMZ to give himself like a big overlap of defense. Got himself the procs of Spell Ward and giving him a bit of cover from magic damage, but the shields are getting cracked through very easily. That green egg has got surrounding him. Just goes cracking very quickly. Unstoppable trying to go for a bit of recovery. Looking for heals. Healing is still pretty good right now for Unstoppable. Man, Lava Burst is gonna come through. He just needs more procs for Lava Burst. Ruining the Death out in the open, but the blind is gonna stop for just a second. Gives Unstoppable a bit of a breather, but the man is still under a ton of pressure. IBF to follow. Got Grippy Hand up and running. Unstoppable looking for that escape. Got himself Ghost Wolf. But can you walk away from him? Root not gonna stun the Death at all. Stun. Maybe able to lock him down. Army that joins in. And Tobin, I'm trying to see if he can come in all in. Is it gonna be turned around by the Shaman? Or does the Death Knight take him? Trying to see if he can claw right through him. And I think he may just have him. It's gonna be a Dwarven Ratio for just a second. Trying to drop down the stun totem and give himself a heal. But that was not enough. Anton Badam was able to take him down. That was a close one. With Anton facing versus the Rogue. You got a trinket. I don't think he's gonna do it. He decided to trick it at the last second, didn't you? I think he was trying to do that. I think it's like literally what he was trying to do. I mean, Incap is basically dead now. He just took that momentum of Death Knight damage into the monk. And I think Incap is just dead. He gives him a wave. He wants to give him kind of a chance. Are you just gonna give up? Just like that? Oh my god, Gloosh. Wait, maybe no. Just give Incap a false sense of safety. Vanish to follow. Does put himself kind of very low health. Maybe he just wants to get the monk an opener. He's like, you know what? You get the opener on me. Normally I get the openers on you guys, but this time you get the opener on me. Your camera's still bugged. Try to flex on him. Oh my god, the BM out of Gloosh. Oh my goodness. Kidney shot. Unless Incap has an out. Secret technique just burning right through you. Kiosk is the last one left over on team 1. Can he potentially do this here? Cheap shot onto Kiosk. Does he go for the big secret technique? Try to go in for the big slam. The daggers are there ready, but the freeze trap stops him in place. Oh my god, I do like some of the freezes. Some of the freeze frames you guys do. Gonna be a butting shot as he goes in for a kidney shot onto Kiosk. Is gonna have to delay his bursts by a hair. Oh, another freeze trap on the cheap shot. Wait, maybe Kiosk can turn it around here. Because Gloosh, I mean, is doing work, but so far Kiosk has been able to counter his burst. And Gloosh is kind of low. Kill shot of the ready. Got himself a vanish. Not sitting in flare, but the next trap could potentially get him. Charge trap putting you out in the open. Wait, you just go down. Grenade to follow. Does go for a restart for just a second. Flare out in the open. Stun. I think it may be over. Does Kiosk finally take him? My goodness. Kill shot. Cheat death. He does have evasion. Oh, I was gonna say. I was like, it's gonna live, right? It's totally gonna live. But Anton Badun does get 2 kills. Gloosh playing with his food. But at the end, the rogue did go down. Although he did play with his foot a lot, though. Oh my god. Let's get another one going, boys.